And are you ready for some unindoctrination? I sure hope so. Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. Welcome to the channel. We've got a great lineup of podcast excellence for you today. We busted one off early this morning, or at least earlier, and today we're ready to go early in the afternoon. And of course, the most important message we ever bring you is that you're not born with original sin. You are divine, you're sovereign, you're free. You're not a sinner, so you don't need salvation. You don't need to go and bend in need of somebody's savior. And we're going to talk about today, and this is one of those things where, I get these messages and study these messages, and they're all good. They're all powerful, and they all help us become unindoctrinated, which of course is a process and not a destination. And yet now and again, you've got them that are really powerful and are really strong and begin to describe exactly what is going on in the world today. And this is just such a podcast. We know this will give us a great insight into what's going on in the world today, and more specifically, and perhaps more importantly for our consideration, what's going on within this broad-based movement, capital M, that we're a part of, albeit reluctantly. So let's talk about this. Let's look at this, and let's see what the heck is going on. And what's always going on is we're always bringing this to you from the great people at Mystic. I wear the jewelry. It keeps me at the Schumann resonance, the original right Schumann resonance, makes my blood right, makes my subtle body right, keeps me away from EMF contamination. So great stuff. Go to jeffreydaugherty.com, and the new jeffreydaugherty.com is out, and we'll probably take a quick look at that later because it makes it much easier, but you got to know what you're doing. I would have done it a little bit differently if I could, but I can't. So we'll take a look at that later. But right now, let's get right into our subject matter, because it's very important, and I think it's very powerful, and it goes, again, to the very core of what we're talking about today, what we're seeing today, and what it's all about. This will help us understand, and it really comes down to faith versus signs. This is what we're seeing today. We're seeing people that are walking by faith, and that doesn't really mean what you think it means. And we're seeing people that walk by signs. You could say some that walk by faith and some that walk by sight, S-I-G-H-T, S-I-G-N-S. That's interesting. So what are we seeing today, and what are you following? And a great question is, what are the people that you're following? This is very, very important. This is very, very powerful information. So let's take a look at it. And we'll start with the script, because the script is meant to get us off course. But every now and then, because of natural law and because of the desire for plausible deniability, they will give us a truth that helps us see the script. It helps us see through the script. And I think this is one of those occasions that we can use to get ourselves back on course and understand what's going on. So this comes from the book of Hebrews, which is interesting. And it was written by the false Apostle Paul, so-called Apostle Paul. And he says this: now faith is the substance of things hoped for. It's the evidence of things not yet seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. Through faith we understood the worlds that were framed by the word of the divine, so that the things which appear and the things which are seen were made by things which don't appear. So everything that we see was manifested out of things that can't be seen. It sounds a little confusing, but when you break it down and look at it, it's very, very simple, and it's very, very easy. And we'll do that right now. And you can see I've given you an overview, and we'll actually look it up right word by word within the text. So that way you know that we're not telling you something, we're not selling you something, we're just showing you what the text says. And the text doesn't care what you think, and neither do I. My give a damn is busted. All I want to do is show you what the text says, show you what the script says, and you can decide if you want to be a faith person or a signs person and who you want to follow and what kind of person you want to be. That's up to you. Now is the first word. So let's go ahead and look at this verse from the script. We need to say this line from the script. How about that? Let's look at this line from the script. So now, and this is, now, it's what it's talking about now. But what is this word faith that gets bandied about so much? What does this mean? This really means to be faithful, but it means to have trust. It means to have confidence. It means to have fidelity. In other words, it means to be persuaded, to be convinced, to be persuaded, to know above all else, to know, to be persuaded, the root pistis is to be persuaded. You know, you understand. This is you having a distinct, powerful confidence. And that word now means, as we saw, it means above all else. That's important. Look at that. Now, it means, on the other hand, above. Now, it means really above all else is what we're talking about. Above all else, moreover. It really means by way. It just means that this is it. Rather, above all else, ladies and gentlemen, above all else, we are persuaded. We are confident. We are convinced. Above all else, we are persuaded, we are confident, and we are convinced. You could say that we are assured. What does assured mean? We have an assurance. We have a substance. We have a steadiness. Our support, our substance, our steadiness is what? Our confidence and our assurance. Our support, our substance, our steadiness is our confidence and our assurance, our guarantee, and that is above all. So above all, we are confident. We are sure. And this is our substance, and this is our steadiness of what it says in King James, things that are hoped for. But here it is, from what we do not see. That which doesn't appear to the eye. That which you cannot perceive with the eye. That which you cannot discern by the eye. That which you cannot observe. That which you cannot see with the physical. So it's very, very plain, and it's very, very clear what we're talking about here, but it's really the opposite of what you're being sold and told by the practitioners, the preachers, the teachers, and the gurus of Christianity. Because what this is saying is, above all else, we are persuaded, we are confident, and we have a guarantee. And that guarantee is our support, our substance, and our steadiness. This is what we do. This is who we are, and this is why. It is our active expectation. It is our trust. We are sure, ladies and gentlemen, that it is going to be the way that we are manifesting it to be. And why are we sure? We're sure because of our substance, which is our faith or our confidence or our guarantee. That's what faith is. It's the evidence of things hoped for. We don't see it, but we know it's going to be. Why? Because we're manifesting it that way. And we understand that manifestation is what brings things into reality in this world. But let's keep going. It's the evidence, it's the proof of what we see, perceive, discern, or observe, not yet see, not yet perceive, not yet discern, not yet observe. But it's the evidence, it's the proof. And let's go back into the text to show you that that's exactly what that text means, and that I'm not just making anything up. See, we don't ask you to believe. We don't tell you what to believe around here. We actually show you what the text itself says, and that's the way we roll. It is the certainty, the proof. They say the proof is in the pudding. The proof of things that we do not see yet. The proof of things which can't be seen by the physical eyes. Yes. So our faith, ladies and gentlemen, you got to get this. Our faith, our strong manifesting belief, not belief with lie, but just knowing, our knowing that our manifesting is going to come to pass, that is our proof. We don't see it, and this is key. We cannot see it with anything physical. We cannot discern it with anything physical. We cannot observe it. You can't see it with your eyes, yet we know that it is a guarantee and it is going to come to pass. Why? Because of our faith. We walk by faith. Above all else, we are persuaded. We are confident. We see it as guaranteed to be. This is our support, our substance, and our steadiness. It's our expectation and trust. We're not focused on what we see, but on what we are making and manifesting. And we know beyond a shadow of a doubt, it's true and it's coming. Because by faith, we understand. We have this trust. We know, and we know only by our faith. We're not looking, we're not seeing, we're not observing. We know. Let's get back into our text before we get too far down the road. I want you to see that I'm talking from this line of the script. We're still talking from the script, and we're still reading the lines of the script and showing what the lines of this script means. So let's go ahead and go back and pick up where the script is. I kind of got a little bit lost there, got excited. So through faith, number 3, we're on verse 3. It's through our faith that we understand. It's through our faith that we get it. We understand it. We realize it. Why? Because we're manifesting it. We realize that the universe, what's the universe? You got to understand the universe is everything in this space, everything in this time, everything that's in this age. Everything in this space, everything in this time, everything in this age, all of it was formed. It was made. It came into being by what? By divine command, ladies and gentlemen. By what? By rhema, divine spoken word, divine manifestation. Every single thing, folks, that you look around and you see, you touch, you feel, you taste, you hear, it has all come about. If it's in this space, if it's in this time, if it's in this age, it was completed by divine speaking into being. It was all made by manifestation. It was all made by manifestation. All things in this space, this time, in this age were completed by divine speaking into being, by divine spoken manifestation. That's how everything gets done. And we see that, so we know that what we're speaking is going to get done. We have no doubt about it. It's a guarantee because it's the way things work. Because faith, what is seen, everything you look at, is not made, doesn't come into being by things that you can see with human eyes. Back to our text, so I can show you that I didn't just pull that out of some orifice somewhere, because I know you're used to getting people that tell you things doing that. So we'll show you that it's not being done here, because that's not the way we roll here. We can see, folks, that what is seen, everything that you look at, was not made. It did not come into being. It did not become out of things that are visible. I know it sounds wrong, but it's right. Everything that you see came out of something that you can't see, because you can't see divine manifestation. You can't see words manifesting into being, but yet it's the most sure thing in this space, in this time, in this age. It's completely, totally, without a doubt, guaranteed, because it's always been that way and it always will be that way. But those that don't understand faith, even though they say they do and they preach it and they teach it and they talk it, they don't do this because they don't believe this, because they can't understand this. Stay with me. You'll see what I'm talking about. This is those lines of script in modern English. Above all else, we are persuaded. We're confident. That's why we're not running around yelling doom and gloom. That's why we're not worried about tribulations and head choppings and marks, and we're not worried about temples. We're not worried about witnesses. We're not worried about any of that bogus prophetic nonsense that was Jesuit inspired and has already transpired. We're persuaded. We're confident. We see our manifestation is guaranteed to be. In our support, our substance, and our steadiness, it's our expectation and our trust, because we've seen that every single thing in this age was created by divine manifestation. Everything we see has come into being by divine manifestation, which can't be seen. And we're divine, and we're sovereign, and we're free, and we're manifesting it to be. And we see that everything is done this way, so we're very, very confident. This is the realm that you and I walk in. This is the realm that you and I are manifesting into being. We walk by faith, which is confidence. We don't walk by sight, by what we see. Let's take a quick look at that here in 2 Corinthians, because I think it's important for you to see the script writers showing you what's going on in the script and showing you how to overcome it, because it's very, very powerful and it's very, very simple once you see it. But it is so hard to see it when you've been told for 2,000 years that what you see isn't what you see, and what you see isn't real, but yet they're confusing you. Watch this. 2 Corinthians 5:7. We walk by faith. There's that word again, faith. What is faith? Trust, confidence, belief, based on it's always been manifested, and based on it's always going to be manifested. So right now we're manifesting. Our faith, our belief, our trust, our confidence is in our faith, our belief, our trust, and our confidence. That's what faith is. But there's others out there, and they walk by sight. What you can see, what is appearing, what things look like, that's how they walk. That's how they walk. That's not how we walk. That's why they can't understand us, because they're all about what they can see. And what can you see? You can see signs. You can see signs, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what they're all about. You can't see faith, so they can't dig it, they can't understand it, they can't work through it, but yet we do. And all they want to talk about is the signs of the times. Like in Matthew 24, all of the disciples, the people that call themselves disciples of HERU, they call themselves cross-clingers. They call themselves believers in the word, which is really just a script written by men. They call themselves the followers of the DISTU. They call themselves the followers of HERU. They've been saved. They've been converted. They've been born again. They got an atonement. They're carrying their cross. They're carrying their instrument of human torture. But they don't have any faith because they're not believing and standing and resting in what is unseen like we are. They're not confident of their ability to manifest because they keep pointing us back to signs. They keep saying, tell us, when will these things be? Show us something. Give us a sign that you're coming back. Give us a sign of the end of the world. We can't exist on our own confident knowing. We can't really believe in our own power of manifestation because we can't see it, and we walk by sight, not by faith. So we need you to show us something. Show us what the signs are going to be. Give us something we can see, because that's the realm we live in, the realm of sight. If you're looking for a sign, you walk by sight, not by faith. If your guru is preaching to you about signs, he walks by sight, not by faith. She walks by sight, not by faith. They walk by sight, not by faith. If they're talking about signs, you will see the signs. You see the signs. There's a sign. There's a sign. Here, there, everywhere, a sign, a sign, a sign, a sign, a sign. That's not faith. That's walking by sight. And this is the greatest part of the spiritual world. Not the greatest, but the greatest, the biggest, the most. This is the greatest part of the so-called spiritual world. They're looking for signs. They walk by sight, not by faith. Those infected with the Christianity virus, and I said it intentionally, those that are infected with the Christianity WIST, either knowingly or unknowingly, and even if they're unknowing, they're without excuse now because the truth is out there, the text is out there. They all talk about the signs of the times. Why are you wanting to see the signs of the times? Why are you listening to people talk to you about the signs of the times? Why are they talking to you about the signs of the times? Because none of you, listener, follower, preacher, guru, pastor, priest, provider of programming on YouTube, none of you, listener to this programming on YouTube, none of you walk by faith. You all walk by sight. Give me something I can see, baby. Give me something I can see. Give me something I can look at. Give me something that I can look at. Where is it? Let me see it. You show me yours and I'll show you mine. That's the kind of world you live in. I didn't say it. Your script said it. Don't get mad at me just because you're getting called out. Don't get mad at me because you've been put in the balances, weighed, and found wanting. Don't get mad at me. You're the one that walks by sight, not by faith, because you're always looking for signs and always talking about signs. Oh, the prophet said this is that, this the other thing, the sign, the sign, the sign. Sight, sight, sight. You're never going to get it right when you walk by sight. Only those that walk by faith. What does it say? The just shall live by faith. Turn it around. The unjust shall live by what? Sight. Oh, my gobbledygook. Look at that. That's weird. The just live by faith. The just live by faith. Let's look at that verse real quick. The just shall live by faith. It's Romans 1:17. The just will live by faith. Let's just take a look at that, shall we? Wasn't planning on it. It just dropped into my knower. The righteous. Who's the righteous? Those that are correct. Ooh. Those that are righteous, those that are innocent. Those that are correct, those that are righteous, those that are innocent. What do? They live. They are alive. They experience what? By faith. That same word again. Trust, confidence, faithfulness. So let me ask you something. If the righteous live by faith, then it's the unrighteous that live by sight. Case closed. Over and out. Wow. I told you this was a big time revelation, didn't I? They talk about the signs of the times. They're looking for the signs of the times because that's their proof. Prophecy is their proof. Prophecy is all about signs. Prophecy is a lie, a joke, a psyop. I've shown you this. Prophecy's all finished. Prophecy is history, not future. And yet, they're all pointing you to prophecy. Why? Because it's something you can see. They're all pointing you to signs. Why? Because there's something you can see. And like we talked about a couple days ago, who searches for signs? The wicked search for signs. Who searches for signs? The adulteress search for signs. Who provides signs? The wicked. Who provides signs? The adulteress, the adulterer, those that walk by sight, not by faith, that are trying to distract you by this script and cause you to lose your divinity, your sovereignty, and your freedom. This is powerful. A wicked and an adulterous generation seeks after a sign. Let's take a look at this verse. Let's look at it back to front. Let's look at it back to front so we can define things and get a real good understanding of it. So we're going to go back to front on this. We're in Matthew 16 and verse number 4. Matthew 16 and script. This is script and line 4. Wow, this is so powerful. This is so powerful. This is what you're here for. You don't get this anywhere else because nobody else is equipped to do this. It took me 40 years to be able to do this. That's why I'm the only one that does it. That's why I'm the best in the world at what I do. That's why I am le champion. With apologies to my friend Chris Jericho, I'm le champion of biblical interpretation. There's no doubt about it. It's really biblical revelation because it doesn't take any interpretation. What kind of let's go all the way at the back, a sign. They seek after a sign. What's a sign? A sign is a sign, a miracle, an indication, a mark, or a token. Something that can be seen. Something that can be seen. Something that is used to authenticate and corroborate. It's a sign, something that can be seen. And I find it interesting that word looks an awful lot like another word. It's like they're being impregnated with error because they've got to see something. Seeing is believing. Ooh, seeing is believing. They need a sign. They need a sign. But it's not just that they need a sign. What are they doing? They are demanding a sign. Watch this word. This word means first you seek after it. Oh, I want a sign. Then you start desiring it. Oh, I really want a sign. Then you start making inquiries about it. Give me a sign. And then you start demanding it. You better give me a sign. I'm an addict now. This is the track of cross-clinging addiction. Ooh, I kind of like it. Ooh, I want it. Ooh, I really want it. Now I need it. Give it to me. What? Signs. I seek something I can see. I desire something I see. I search something I see. I am demanding something I can see. And I'm making fun of people that don't demand something that they can see. They are demanding. They're demanding. They're adulterous. What does adulterous mean? They have intercourse with other than true divinity. They're wicked. What does wicked mean? Bad, malicious, slothful, slow, lazy. That's who they are. That's what they are. Is that who you are? Is that what you are? Only you knows at the end of the day. Only you know. It's the most inquired about subject in the world of Christianity. What are the signs of the times? When's this? When's that? When will we see? What will we do? It's the most inquired thing in Christianity. Fake Christianity, those that say they're not cross-clingers but are, all of them from soup to nuts. They all want to know about the signs. And if they're preaching about signs, teaching about signs, they're phony. Seeking after signs. Wicked, adulterous, the generators and the consumers. And it's like semen. Wicked, evil, bad, malicious, slothful, pain-ridden. And a lot of you people are seeking after because you are pain-ridden and you're looking for somebody to take away your pain. Only you can take away your pain. Your pain will remain until you summon up the guts to deal with it. Your pain will remain until you deal with it. It's not there because of anything you did. It's there because what was done to you, but you've got to deal with it or it'll never go away. No matter how many sweet sounding sermons you hear, no matter how many places you run to, because whoever you run to, there you are and your pain. Your pain will remain until you decide to get rid of it. You'll remain evil, bad, wicked, malicious, slothful, and pain-ridden. This all goes together. You're pain-ridden. That's why you're lazy. You're lazy. That's why you have to be malicious. You're malicious. That's why you're wicked. That's why you're bad. That's why you're evil. Not my words, not my definition. You're adulterous. You're worshiping other than true divinity because true divinity is in you. You're divine. You're sovereign. You're free, and you're following somebody else's silly stories. You have become of that race, of that family, of that kind. You've become a generation of adultery and wickedness because of your pain. They work on your pain. They want you to forget about it. Your pain is going to stay until you get rid of it. That's what Create Yourself is all about. An evil, bad, wicked, lazy, and pain-ridden people, one that worships false divinity, seeks, requires after, and yea, demands, begs for some visible indication, some mark, some token of authenticity and confirmation. Give me a sign. Can't you just give me a sign? But see, faith works the exact opposite way. Faith says, above all else, I'm persuaded, I'm confident, I see what I'm manifesting as guaranteed to be. That's my support. That's my substance. That's what makes me stand steady. It's my expectation. It's my trust. I confidently know that everything that I see was spoken to be, and everything that I see came into being by being spoken into being. So I know that what I'm doing is going to work. I don't need to see Because what you see isn't real. Can't you see that? What you see is not real, but your faith is based on what you can see. They're trying to get you to believe them by what you can see. They're trying to get you to follow them by what you can see. They're trying to get you to chase them by what you can see. They're trying to get you to pay them by what you can see. They're trying to get you off track and on script by what you can see, and it's fake. But you don't have confidence in your own ability to manifest. And they're taking advantage of that. And they will use it as the stick to beat you to death. And here's your sign. What was that? It wasn't just Foxworthy, it was the other guy. Here's your sign. Here's your sign. You asked for it. You got it. Here's your sign. Let's look at your sign. The wicked and adulterous generation is seeking after a sign, but they're not going to get one. Well, okay, I'll break them off a little piece. I'll give them the sign of Jonah. And then he left and went away because he was done with those bitches because they're too stupid to get it. And they're too stupid to waste any more time on. And you're that close. That close. You're wicked. You're adulterous. You're lazy. You're stupid. And he left him and went away. And I am too. This is about the last chance. And the little nugget he gives you is the little nugget that is given to you from the script that might cause you to wake up if you actually listen to it. But I doubt you even can or care to, because all you want is somebody to do something for you. Now, the God of the Bible appointed a great fish to swallow Jonah. And Jonah spent 3 days and 3 nights in the stomach of a great fish. Are you listening to this? And then your one great sign, there will be no sign given them, the wicked. No sign given them, the adulterous. Except for this sign. And he's given a sign to the wicked. Because the wicked are stupid and they'll be fooled by it. He's given a sign to the adulterous because the adulterous are stupid and lazy and they'll be fooled by it. Why would he give a sign to the wicked and the adulterous? Because he's done with them and he wants a way to be able to identify them. How can I identify those I'm done with? How can I identify those not to waste time on anymore? Ooh. How can we identify those that are too wicked, too adulterous, too stupid to even waste time on anymore? Because they'll believe this sign. Which sign? That the God of the Bible sent a big fish and it swallowed a guy, and the guy spent 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the fish. If they'll believe that, too wicked, too adulterous, too stupid to bother with anymore, move on. Here's your sign. Bye-bye. Well, bye. For just as Jonah, Matthew 12:40, and by the way, these words are in red. For just as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights. Let's look at this. In the belly of the whale. So shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. This is your sign. Wicked, stupid people. This is your sign, adulterous, stupid people. This is the one sign they're going to give you. The one sign that the true divine put in the script to show you how messed up you are. And if you believe this one, that this is the line in the sand. If you believe this, you are too wicked, too adulterous, too stupid to be helped. And we will be moving on if you believe this. If you'll fall for this one, then you're too wicked, too adulterous, and too stupid to be helped. How can you talk to us like this? Because I care. And my give a damn's busted. Watch this. For Jonas, wait a minute. Let's back up a minute. Let's back up 1 second. The wicked, the evil, and the adulteress seeks after a sign. I'm not giving them shit. Well, except this one thing, the sign of the prophet Jonas. Adulteress, evil. They're the people that this sign is for. Boom. For as Jonas. Let's break this down just a little bit. I haven't done this. For as Jonah. What's Jonah mean? He was a prophet. Ooh, a prophet. Part of the only sign for the wicked and the adulteress is a prophet. A Hebrew prophet. That's interesting. Okay. Let's move along. 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the great fish. Listen. So the Son of Man, HERU DISTU, will be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. That's the sign. That's the sign. But you still don't get it. How about that? I think we're back. And we got knocked off right in the middle of that podcast excellence. I'm going to close everything else, and hopefully that'll keep us alive here. Wow, we just got bashed off of there, and for a really, really, really good reason. Now let's go back and get back right to where we were, because remember, this is the sign for the people that are wicked. This is the sign for the people that are evil. This is the only sign that's given them. And it's a guy, Jonah, spending 3 days and 3 nights in a fish, a great fish. Keep that in mind. And then you've got the words in red, HERU DISTU, saying, for just as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of a fish, a great fish, so will the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the earth. This is the only sign you're going to be given. But watch this. None will be given it. This is the one great sign the wicked and adulterous clamorous will be given. The only one. 3 days and 3 nights in the earth. The only sure sign of authenticity. The only sure sign of genuineness. Because they all have to have a sign. And yet, it hasn't even happened. This sign never happened. This sign never happened. Jonas, Y-O-N-A-S was his real name. This sign never happened. What do you mean it never happened, Jeff? Watch. HERU was not in the grave 3 days and 3 nights. How can you be crucified on Friday, risen on Sunday morning, and spend 3 days and 3 nights in the grave? Friday night, Saturday night, 2 nights. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Friday, Saturday, 2 days. Gone at dawn on Sunday, if you believe that it happened that way. The one sign you wicked have been given, the one sign you adulterers have been given, did not come true. This shows you why it's the line in the sand. If you are so wicked that you'll believe that this happened when it demonstrably did not happen, there's no hope for you. Well, bye. If you're so adulterous that you'll believe this happened when it didn't happen, well, bye. You're too stupid. You're too wicked. You're too adulterous. There's no helping you. You're done. Well, bye. You can't have 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the earth, being crucified on Friday and risen on Sunday morning. It's impossible. And they said it won't be true unless this happens, and this never happened. The one sign you poor, pitiful idiots were given didn't happen. And guess what? He's left, and he's never coming back. And I'm going to leave you behind right now and never come back, because you're too wicked, you're too adulterous, if you believe this, to ever get it. You're a waste of time, and there's many, many more that can be helped in the time it would take to try to mess with you. I used to think I had a workaround on this, because when I was a preacher for 20 years, this isn't the first time I thought of this. I thought of it back then. And I said, oh, this is what really happened. This is what really happened. He was crucified on a Sabbath, but Wednesday of that week was a high Sabbath of the Jews. So that's the day he was crucified, Wednesday. He was crucified on Wednesday. So he spent Wednesday night, Thursday night, and Friday night in the grave. And he rose on Sabbath. Oh, wait a minute. He rose on Sunday. Wait a minute. Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night. Well, that gets me the nights. But then I got that extra Saturday night. I'm still screwed. That's 4 nights. Damn it. But it gives me Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It gives me the 3 days. Gives me the 3 days, and look at this, adjust to it. See, adjust to it. You are too wicked to get it. You are too adulterous to get it. It fails. I tried my workaround. Oh, he was crucified on Wednesday night, Thursday night. It doesn't work. Friday night. Oh, there's 3 nights. But shit, there's Saturday night. That's 4. Damn it. Well, I got Thursday, I got Friday, but he rose early on Sabbath morning. Well, shit, I ain't got 3 days then. And then you know what I realized? To believe this, I've got to be wicked, just like it said. To believe this, I've got to be adulterous. I've got to be willing to fuck with another less than divine being. That's the only way that you can accept this, is if you allowed yourself to be inseminated by an artificial divinity. I've tried for 40 years to work this out. There ain't no way to get 3 days and 3 nights from Friday to Sunday. Friday night, Saturday night. Where's the third night? It's not there. Saturday, Sunday, Friday. Where's the third day? It's not there. Oh, but Wednesday gives me Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I got my days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But I don't got my days because I'm a Sabbath believer, and I think he rose on the Sabbath. So I got Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, but shit, I still got Saturday night. There's no way to make it work. There's no way to make it work. That's why it's a sign. Because if you believe this, you are too wicked to ever get it right this time. If you believe this, you're too adulterous to ever get it right this time. And just like he left and went away, I got 2 words for you. Well, bye. Because you can't get it. You're too stupid, wicked, and adulterous. And I got no more time to spend on you. It's just that simple. Oh, Matthew 28:1. Oh, that's right. It was as it was dawning on the Sabbath. Oh, so that meant the night. So I got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night. That's 3. I got Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. Oh, but shit, I still got that 4th night. But what if he rose that evening on Saturday? Problem solved. Well, almost. If he rose at Sabbath, you see where I was going with that? Let me show you how hard I tried to make this work. Let me show you how hard I tried to make this work. Because I became a Sabbath-keeping Pentecostal. I was keeping the Sabbath from sundown Friday to sundown Saturday because I was a good, legalistic Sabbath keeper. I kept it all straight. So let me show you what I tried to do. Let me show you what I tried to do. And this will show you how hard I really tried to make this work. And you can't make it work unless you're willing to get fucked by a false deity. And we're just going to say it the way it is because that's the truth. Because you got to take it and be inseminated by error in order to believe this crap because it doesn't work. And I've tried to make it work. I had a 6-figure salary riding on making it work, and I couldn't. I couldn't make it work. And I was wicked for a while. I was adulterous for a while, but finally I said, you know what? I can't do this anymore. See, Matthew 28:1 says, after the Sabbath, at dawn on the first day of the week. So I'm thinking, if I can make that evening on Saturday, because remember the Sabbath starts on the night, it ends on the night. So if I can make that Saturday night, then I got a winner because I got Wednesday night, Thursday night, and Friday night. I got Thursday, I got Friday, I got Saturday. I got my 3 days and my 3 nights. It works. But the only problem is I was still willing to take it and be inseminated by wickedness and adultery until I went to the scripture. And I said, okay, let me see what this script actually says. Can I get away with this? And for years, about 2 years, I said, okay, I can get away with this. I can make this work. But then somebody called me on it, and I didn't have an answer. And here it is. Okay, Jeff, you're saying that it's after Sabbath at dawn on the first day of the week. The week dawns on Saturday night, so it's night, Saturday night. So you got Friday night, you got Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, and he was gone by Saturday night because that's when the Sabbath started, because it starts at night. Ooh, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Got it. No, you don't got it. You got it if you stop there. If you got a wicked mind, an adulterous mind, you can stop there. But if you're making after the Sabbath at the dawn of the first day of the week, if you're making that night, which you have to make it work, you got a problem. Because watch what the word means. At dawn. It means to let shine, to dawn. It means light. And you can't say that it got dark when it means it got light. But that is exactly what the mind is. You've got to be willing to say that dark is light and light is dark. You've got to have a spiritual adultery about you. You got to have a spiritual wickedness about you to look at a word that means light and say, oh, that means dark. That's how dark I was. It means to dawn. Phos means what? Phos means light. And what does epi mean? Epi means to come upon. So it means to get freaking light. It means to light up. And for a couple years, it meant the dawn of the Sabbath, which was the night. That's how dark my mind was. That's how wicked my mind was. That's how adulterous my mind was. That was 20 years ago. Today, I can see, oh, that don't mean no dark. That means light. Ruh-roh. I had a wicked mind. I had an adulterous mind. But at least I could admit it, and it ain't wicked no more. It ain't adulterous no more. I don't walk by sight no more. I walk by faith. After the Sabbath at dawn on the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene, the other Mary, went to the tomb to see him. I tried to read that as late on Saturday, just as evening was falling apart. A really good try. One problem. At dawn, Matthew 28:1. You can't make light dark. The word means light. It's another fail. It's another fail. You want to believe in signs so badly. You want to look for the rapture, and you look for the second coming, and look for the witnesses, and look for the heifer, and look for the temple, and look for the tribulation, and look for the seals, and look for the mark, and look for the tribulation, and look for the veil, the vials, and the trumps, and look for all of that. You're even saying, oh, it's trumpets. You're so stupid. That's so childish. And the only sign that they said you wicked, adulterous, stupid, childish idiots would get was the great fish story. 3 days and 3 nights, and it didn't happen. And yet you're so wicked and so adulterous that you still are believing it and trying to defend it. And I will debate any one of you silly bitches any day, any place, any time. The one sign you were given is a failure, and it's a great fish story. Hello, you ever heard of a fish story? You know what a fish story is? Do you know what a fish story is? Let me just type this in. What is a fish story? Okay, what is a fish story? You ready, folks, what a fish story is? Watch this. According to the dictionary, a fish story is An incredible or far-fetched story. And you can't get more incredible or more far-fetched than trying to tell me that bitch spent 3 days and 3 nights in the grave when there's no way he could have, and he told you. You're wicked, you're adulterous if you believe this, and yet you still believe it. They said it. That's why I say you're stupid. Who says, yes, I'm wicked? Who says, yes, I'm adulterous? Only a stupid bitch. And that's you. An incredible or a far-fetched story. Jeff, why do you use these words? Because you're delusional. What do you do when a person's delusional? You smack them. Try to bring them back to reality. This is my last chance because remember, I'm walking away from you. A fish story. It's a far-fetched or incredible story like getting 3 days and 3 nights between Friday and Sunday. Like getting 3 days and 3 nights by Wednesday to Sunday. Can't do it. It's a fish freaking story. It's an incredible story that can't be true. And what is the symbol of Jesus? A fish! How stupid are you? Wicked, adulterous, and stupid. It's a fish. The symbol's a fish. It's a fish story. Yet you follow it because you walk by sight. Give me a sign, not faith. You walk by sight, not faith.